Morning guys, about 6:40 at the bus stop. Gonna go to the bottom of the route now. Ulleungdo is what we're climbing today, about 960 metres. Morning guys, we're at the start of the route. It's going to be steep today, it's the big one. 960, 980, something like that. Anyway, we'll find out when we get to the top. But even the road getting up here was steep. Knackered already. Anyway, start of the day, sun's coming up, it's a beautiful morning. Let's see how we get on. Here we go guys, first observatory on the way up. Look at that view. Most of it covered by trees, but look at that. Woohoo! Sun's coming up, looking brilliant. We're going off this way. You can see the mountains in the background. That's the low ones. Houses behind. But yeah, let's get on it. The second observatory on the way up. Woo! It's steep, but it's a really good course. A little bit misty today. I was looking down onto what they call Dodong Port. You can't really see it, lots of trees. There's a proper observatory way up there. And our mountain is over this way somewhere. So up through that a lot. We've still got about another 300 metres in height to do. About 1.5 kilometres. So we'll get going. Okay, really good climbing day. Sun's out. It's supposed to be 18 degrees, but it's got a really good wind on. So wind's supposed to be about 15 to 20. Doesn't feel that bad actually, but it is really nice and cool and really liking it. About a kilometre left to go up that way. Just give you a quick area. We can't really see a lot because of the trees obviously. Let's see what we can see when we get to the top. But here we are, so we're on the ridge. We just got up to the col here. I said you can't really see a lot. The observatory again over there somewhere, and we're going up this way. And we're here, the summit of Ulleungdo. Nice summit stone, but look at this. Look at that. Now, Ulleungdo is known as the Hawaii of Korea, basically because of its mountains and its rocky outcrops. And you can see why. Look at this. Looks like the Jurassic Park area of Hawaii. Fantastic day. Nice breeze on, really nice breeze on, keeping nice and cool. What a brilliant climb. You can see the whole island, it's fantastic. Super impressed. Okay, so that's the mountain done. We just come down on the bottom section now. The road bit, just still steep, killer on the knees, but there you go. So Ulleungdo is not just mountains and rocks, it's got loads and loads of different things to do. It's a really cool island. You can easily spend a couple of weeks here. Now we're not going to be able to see it all, I've only got a couple of days left, so I'll pick the highlights, go and have a little look, send you some pictures. This is what's known as a wind cave. So this is Ulleungdo Falls. Have a look at the falls there. That's all the water that's coming off the mountain range that we were climbing on this morning.
Morning guys, we came up to the north end of the island. I wanted to go to Ulleungdo Island.
which has a suspension bridge across to it. But unfortunately the weather's too bad and the suspension bridge is closed. There's also an undersea observatory here. I don't know if you can see in the distance there. That is also closed because the weather's too bad. So I'm going to try and make it across the top of the north of the island. Go to, I think it's called Tarnay Lighthouse. Have a look at this view, have a look at the weather. See, it's crashing in. Hi guys, we're a little bit further along the north coast now. We're in a place called Ulleungdo and we've come here to see something very special. Apart from the view, which is absolutely fantastic, here we go, this is Ulleungdo, right in the middle of the north coast. And what we've really come here to see is this thing. It's called Elephant Rock. Hey guys, we're at the northwest point of the island now, Ulleungdo, and we're heading up to see if we can see Tarnay Lighthouse. Seems like the perfect excuse for a monorail. So here's the monorail, goes all the way up there. Look at that. Unfortunately, it's not working today because of the weather, so I'm going to have to walk it, and it starts up there. Okay, so we're right at the top now. Tarnay Lighthouse and the mountains of Ulleungdo in the background, looking fantastic. Really outrageous rocks here. Serious brilliant mountains. Way over in the distance there, just out at sea a bit, you can see Elephant Rock. We had a look at that earlier. And then we've got the observatory here. Man, it is windy. Woohoo! I understand why the wrong monorail is not running up here. It is super windy. Yeah, look at that. Great view. Amazing. What an island, I love it. Coast and along the bottom on the south coast by bus, and it took about 40 minutes. In fact, to get around the island by bus is about an hour and 10 minutes, I think. But it's nothing but rocky cliffs and little outcrops everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I'm in a place called Dodong now. We're going to try and stream together a couple of coastal walks and see if I can get north on the east coast now and get back to where I was staying in Jodong. Anyway, have a look here. This is Dodong. Tiny little cove. In the summer they get ferries going from here to Dokdo. But look at this. Absolutely outstanding. And I just had a marvellous coffee in there. Really, really cool little cove. Anyway, we're going to go off that way. See if we can stream together them coastal walks. See if we can make it back to Jodong, which is where I'm staying. So here you go guys, look at that. You can see that cliff walk right down the bottom there. It goes all the way around all those cliffs. And it does go all the way to where I'm actually staying, but due to bad weather, it's closed off. Basically that says restricted, always closed due to bad weather, probably because of falling rocks. Well, I can't do the coastal walk, but look what I did find. This absolutely amazing temple. The whole temple complex. Absolutely untrue. And look at the decoration on this. I mean, that is outstanding. Truly amazing. You know what they say, if you can't do the coastal road, perfect excuse for a cable car. All the way up to Ulleungdo Observatory. And guess what? Closed due to high winds. Good morning, guys. Okay, this morning we're still on Ulleungdo. We've come back up to the north coast and then we've come inland to a place called the Nari Basin. Now the Nari Basin is directly below Ulleungdo. That's the mountain we came to climb. And in fact, you can see it right here. That's Ulleungdo, 986 metres. So we're a good 300 metres up. This basin is actually created by volcanic activity. It was a volcanic island, it's now inactive. The centre of it collapsed and it created the only flatland that actually exists on Ulleungdo. And this is the Nari Basin. And if you have a look, you can see that we're actually in the middle of all the mountains. So this is the only natural flatland on Ulleungdo. So we've come out and had a little look about. There's a couple of traditional houses here that I wanted to see. They're from the original settlement here on Ulleungdo. So I'll see if I can find them and get a couple of pictures for you. So have a look at this. It's basically a house within a house. You've got the exterior there, which is all done with hay, which is all for insulation. And then when you get inside, it's actually kind of wood and mud construction for the house on the inside. Here's the cooking on the outside, and that's what creates the heat around the building. You can see there's a big gap between the hay outside and the actual living quarters on the inside. Here's the second style of house. It's actually got wood on the outside as protection rather than the corn stalks or the hay. And you can see it's wood shingles, but because of the extreme weather up here and the extreme snow, they get very, very heavy snowfall. They put heavy rocks on the top to actually stop the shingles coming off. But again, same principle, house within a house. I don't know whether you can see this, but today on Ulleungdo it's raining. So everywhere else on the island it's raining. Here in the basin it's starting to snow. Well, that's it, guys. We're back at the Ulleungdo ferry port, heading back to Pohang and then off to back over to Goji on the bus. Be about 6 hours on the ferry, about 3 hours on the bus, if we can catch the bus. And that's it. That's the end of our Ulleungdo trip. And there's the ferries taking us home.